Today I want to talk to you about friendship. We all need friends. You know the old saying, everybody needs somebody. And we each one need a friend, and we also need to be friendly to someone. But I want to tell you about Joe, who was at a men's retreat, and he was talking about a high school friend of his who in later years became an unhappy recluse. He just didn't seem to make friends well as he got older and didn't have any friends. And then there was a member of Joe's church who had become angry about something that had happened in the church, and he just plain stopped attending church. And he just rejected everybody that tried to reach out to him and to include him in something. And before long, he just decided that he didn't need anybody except God, and he just became sort of a recluse also and had a very much of a void in his life. And years later, he found out that he was terminally ill when he went to the doctors. And then he found himself with no friends at all. He found himself terminally ill and a very lonely and miserable man. And you know, folks, we don't want to find ourselves in that position. As I said at the beginning, we all need friends, and we all need to be a friend. If we turn to the 4th chapter of Ecclesiastes, we read about a lonely man who devoted all of his energy and all of his life to becoming wealthy. That was all that he thought about. He didn't have time for friends. He didn't have time for family. He was just pursuing wealth. He worked very hard, and he did become very wealthy, but he was very unsatisfied. He had a void in his life that nothing could fill. The author of Ecclesiastes also illustrated the advantages of fellowship and partnership in verses 9 through 12 of that 4th chapter of Ecclesiastes. He wrote about the value and the productivity of two laboring together, of one helping the other when one falls, of two keeping each other warm in the cold nights, of two protecting each other when attacked. And in verse 12 of the 4th chapter of Ecclesiastes, we read, "A threefold cord is not quickly broken." In other words, folks, there is strength in numbers. As we have friends, we also become strong, and we encourage one another and are strengthened because of that encouragement. God has designed each one of us with a need to have someone in our life, to be a friend and to have a friend. We all need friends, and I want to leave you with this thought. I went out to find a friend, but could not find one there. I went out to be a friend and found friends everywhere. And truly, before we have a friend, we need to ourselves be friendly, and then we will have many, many friends. You are not a lonely, miserable person, but that you have many friends in your life. Thank you.